Hey, all, welcome to the podcast. This is Cola, and I'm with Walker. Fun fact for
Motherfucker, you almost
today.
forgot your name again.
Fun fact for today. Uh, some cats are allergic to people.
I know this.
Do you know
I
that?
know this to be true. Yeah. It was
What What are the signs?
hmm?
What are the signs?
It's just like, yeah, it just avoids you. But it's like there's like I don't know the exact signs, but it's just like it's just typical like it's typical allergy signs for the most part. It's like, you know, you get runny noses or like hivey like skin. Because like when you see hives on animals, it's just like you really see it. It's just like that shit looks like their skin like their skin puffs up, so it's like you see that shit like through the fur. It's like that it's that toy that that we had as kids, the ones with like push pins, and you just like push against the pins and makes a shape of like whatever is like pressing on the other side of the pins.
Uh-huh.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um, there's that. Um, yeah. So respiratory problems, which due to like runny nose or something. I don't know if it is watery eyes because it's also a sign of herpes.
Ooh,
Yeah, cat herpes. But yeah, it's actually a thing, and the reactive clumps of hair can be falling out. That's the other thing.
I'm interested
But
now.
yeah, well, I mean, what made this fact stick out as more interesting to you?
I think it's hilarious because people are allergic to cats.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it's not like we're the cleanest things alive. And we like not only that we have a whole bunch of like cosmetics and stuff embedded, like, well, not embedded, but like pasted all over our skin. So
Mhm.
it could be that some part of that is making the animal allergic to you too, because you know there are plenty of dogs that are like allergic to grass. Just like the just by touching it, they become like really itchy. But
Got it.
yeah, that was fun. Um, okay, well, my fun fact is that Tokyo sewers were so clean that actual fish could live in them. Uh, so uh, what like what they did, part of what they did was that to make it not look as dirty, they put koi fish in the sewers to
Uh-huh.
add some colors. Uh, so so the look of shit did not like uh make their sewers look as like nasty.
Wait a minute. What
And
is the
yet
koi?
somehow the fish were hardy enough to thrive.
What was the
Huh?
koi fish
Like the
doing?
pond fish?
Were they eating the shit?
Mm, it was eating shit.
Oh,
Like, man, this is great. I love sushi. Uh, well, I mean, like it. It's weird because like there's some environments that fish live in as like sometimes it's just pure filth, but somehow they manage to thrive in that. Like the other thing is like for saltwater fish, like their bodies actually have low salt levels. So like when they're in contact with like fresh water, they tend to like because of these low salt levels, they tend to bloat up and like explode or just die, like their organs rupture and stuff. But for freshwater fish, they actually have higher levels of salt, but they can't bear like too much of the salt water limit. So it's weird because then like saltwater fish live in abundance of salt, but because their bodies have low salt, and then freshwater lives in like low levels of salt, but their bodies have high level of salt.
So it's like the complete opposite
But
of
yeah,
each other.
the koi fish thing was just like, yeah, well, the koi fish thing was just like a way to make your look more colorful. But yeah, they just wanted to find a way to customize their lives. Speaking of customization, our topic for today is if you had cat, how would you customize all aspects of your life? Meaning that in your current life, you are living in your house or your apartment or whatever. You have your car. You have your routine, and I'll take it a step further. You have your town. So if you had no limitation on how you could customize it, how would you set it up? So my so for me, one thing I can with is that you know I have a house, and personally for me it was a lot of rebuilding a lot of things and customizing it to certain ways that I wanted it. One thing that I really got into was just um, my living room area, where I could turn it into sort of like a home theater for myself. So, and then I actually became like, I actually constantly think of having a home theater now just because of that. But one where you could just like, you know, do all out like home theater / video games and all this other stuff. So, I definitely would develop like my own man cave to incorporate all of that into one single room, but have it sectioned off like have a like a karaoke bar. And then I think part of it would just I love my in office setup where my office is like literally like next to the backyard, so I get like a view of everything like while I'm working. So, I mean, in
So
addition to that, I would have like in addition to,
so you're saying you're upgrading stuff. Kind of sort of.
whatever you do. Yeah. If
Okay.
you okay, so yes, sure. If you wanted to upgrade. Mhm.
Got it.
So I mean, just to give your own flair to whatever it is that makes it most enjoyable to you. So I mean, I love having my office. I'll probably have it made into an upstairs thing with a balcony. Uh, well, the balcony has like a way to lead downstairs to a sort of patio pagoda style setup, just to hang out and have a fire pit slash lounge area. But that's how I do my house. That's how I do my home setup. What
Got it.
about you, Kola?
Um, I think probably what I'm would like to do is probably update my car. Currently I like it, but I also want a little bit more horsepower in it. Uh, just because I want to go a little bit faster. I've always told people like if that was the case, I would swap out that engine for something a lot more powerful. So I don't know. I was like, if I mean, yeah, if I were to upgrade things, but like I think I like forget it. It's like I think it's more enjoyable to drive it like that because I don't like the flashy
Uh,
car. But I like a sleeper. I like a sleeper. So no,
okay, so then would would you? Mm, that's a good one. Just because I'm just like, well, having it faster, would you want to keep your same model car,
yeah, I would. I'll keep the same
or
model
would
car,
you
but
want to move to something?
swap out the engine. Shoot, the only thing I would probably want something similar to it, but I also don't want it too flashy. So I like a sleeper car. I like a boring
That's what I
car,
was gonna ask.
I like a boring car, but goes fast. So I don't want a flashy car, but every time you have
Uh,
a flashy car, everyone's expecting you to race. That's kind of annoying. No,
mhm. uh, well, I mean, like nowadays, if you get something like a Tesla, all you need to do is like, what was it? They go to like 0 to 60 in like less than 5 seconds, like less than three,
uh-huh.
and it's just like that's like unnecessarily fast. But at the same time, that's that's a cool feature to have. But uh, it's all turned into a matter of like how much more money do you want to put in your car to make it do that, and it'll do it for you. Well, you won't have to do, and you won't have to lift a finger. And I find it funny that some cars are have Tesla level financial investments into those cars, but they couldn't compete with the Tesla. But,
What's the example of it?
hmm? What do you mean?
Like what do you have an example of what we're talking about?
Oh, well, I mean, like think of it. I think of it like this. It's just like if you get a Porsche and then you deck it out with like some crazy ass engine. I think uh, it's it's a much more cost effective modification to a Tesla to outperform that Porsche.
Uh-huh.
So
I see.
yeah, so like I mean that
But
like
the cool thing, if it what if it does outperform the Tesla? Then it's like, oh shit.
mm, if it does, I mean like mm, I mean in terms of features, in terms of technological features within the vehicle, I think the Tesla would still win. like if it were to like be left up to like handling and stuff like that. But that would just be me. I don't like. I also don't know if Teslas were made for performance rather than just practicality, like as a regular commuter, you know. Um, but I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not. It's not a hill I'm willing to die on, anyways. But that's just how I would view it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, if so, okay. So you want your car to go faster. Um, would you want to change it into an electric car that would have that feature?
Um,
Because that is the truth.
no,
That's
no,
the real sleeper right there.
no, I wouldn't. It would probably at that type of speed, I don't know, it'd probably be a little bit too dangerous. So
It's too fast.
yeah, probably be a little bit too dangerous. But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I
What
think
other
car
features would your
wise,
car have then?
it's just a little bit speedier, maybe a little bit lower. But I think that's about it. I, I mean, as long as it's a manual, I'm happy with it. Uh, but yeah, probably get some.
Nice.
Well, I always say is keep it a sleeper, but get it some basic rims. But I think that's about it.
Mm.
Um,
Well, I mean, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, that- that's actually kind of fine
yeah.
because yeah, I can certainly respect if you just wanted to, if you wanted to look like classic
Yeah.
because like like just because it looks all flashy doesn't mean that it performs better like all the time.
Yeah, I was watching
Uh,
Fast and
yeah,
Furious. Everything is cringy. And watching the old Fast and
but
Furious, I like everything was so cringy, like car colors, lights on your cars. It's like at a certain point, like you don't want to get stopped by the police and you don't want it to be that flashy.
I mean, like it, yeah, it's just like I don't understand the whole like lights everywhere. It was like lights underneath the skirt of the car and then like inside the car and shit like that. So I mean, it just pushes on the idea that like fucking you're trying to make your car look like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, my my boss actually is setting up his office like that, where he's like putting like blue neon lights, like strips across all of his shelves. So it looks like it looks like a strip club kind of.
Oh, or I would say like a bar, a classic bar.
Mm. No, it looks like a strip club. But I know what you mean though. It looks like looking like a classic bar. It's because like a classic bar tends to eh, I mean they have blue lighting too, but it's either blue lighting or like the warm lighting. Uh, but yeah, I feel mostly the same way uh, about like a car. For me, yeah, like uh, I would want to get some nice rims at the very least, and then um, some nice rims. I'm not a fan of lowering, but I would definitely get some really good suspension on mine. Uh, and then get
The current
some.
car or something else?
Hmm? I mean,
The current car.
even the current car, I'd get some rims for that. But I bought a set of four wheels for like $50. So just like that's a good enough deal for me. That's good enough for me. Um, yeah. Then yeah, but I'd still like for any car that I own, I would always want suspension, like good suspension, and uh, it would have like I don't know. It's definitely just a me thing, but I cannot live without a like without stick shift. I'm not a fan of paddle shifting. Um, one because I feel like it's hard to gauge the timing when using it, and two, it just like it it doesn't feel like you have as much control with the paddle shifting as much as you
Mhm.
do with the stick shift. Um, just because like I mean, obviously, like when you're doing the paddle shifting in newer cars, like the gear transition is a lot smoother, but it also feels a lot less like like you can't control it as well. And then yeah, but all in all, with the current car, I would also deck it out like a mini RV, where it is like a a full like sort of livable unit, so I can commute with it. I can run a whole bunch of power off of it because with with that car you can power like a microwave, a refrigerator, and all this other stuff all at once, like plugged into the car, and then you can just have it set up as a live-in unit where it's temperature controlled because it maintains the interior temperature at a certain level without like without draining the battery, which I thought was like an amazing feature of the car. And like it's pretty much why it's still reliable to this day. Hmm.
Speaking of homes, I think um if no cap something, I would probably get a boat and live in it.
Ooh, there you
No,
go.
I mean, yeah, just like I mean, for me, like if I didn't have to worry about money, I would um probably sell to harbor to each of the countries.
Smart idea.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do. Um, I think I know somebody who's doing that right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Just
crazy
living
thing
on a boat?
yeah, he's sailing to Hawaii, and then once he's done with Hawaii, he comes back to the States, and then if you have any work or gigs and stuff like that, he'll dock it, pay whatever the person is, fly out to where he needs to go, work, and then go back on his boat and then sail out to Hawaii again. So
Dang.
yeah, I mean, I was
That's
like,
kind of crazy. Like to sail out to like a whole separate part of the U.S.
yeah,
Because like, how long is that distance?
I don't know, but I heard he told me it took him about 2 months to do it. So
Shit. Yeah, man. And it's just like you got to navigate those waters every single time.
yeah, and
That's that's crazy.
he tries not to use fuel, so it's all wind sailing.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
all
it makes
wind
sense.
sailing. So
Damn, man.
I remember,
But it,
but yeah, like I would choose to do that, but I think that'd be a lot of fun.
mm,
So,
that
so
is
I mean, do
awesome,
that, and
though.
then on the boat, it's gonna have. Have you seen Waterworld?
No.
It's like that. It's like a boat, like a canopy like that, but he sells all over the place, and he just hangs out on his boat. He goes. Well, the thing is, like, he's Kevin Costner's like looking for land and he hasn't seen it, right? But like obviously, like
Mhm.
if it was like a water world, like I would do that. Teach myself how to sail and then go out into the middle of the ocean.
Mm. Damn, that is a it's a rough life.
How's that rough?
Mm. Well, no, because then like for me personally, it's like it sounds fun. It's just like I think for me, I would at some point, yeah, like I would need to dock. Like I need to
You
dock and I need to have like interaction.
you like dock and then have the amenities and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, not just that. It's just like like I'm learning more and more that I'm more of an ambivert
Mhm,
than anything, than an introvert.
mhm.
Doesn't mean that I don't like enjoy being an introvert because like when I'm an introvert, when I am introverted, I am like pretty hardcore. Like you won't see me for a month type of thing. Um, it's just like part of me does like want the social interactions. Uh, uh, does want social interactions every now and then, where it's like, okay, cool, like meet new people, have fun, get to learn something new, and then just back at it with my usual thing. But boat floating boat home, that's a good idea though, because like there's a lot of freedom that come along with that. At the same uh, at the same time, it's just like hmm, I wonder what if you like I mean, there has to be a lot of prep that goes into that. Just like how long you're gonna stay out at sea, to like how long it's gonna take for you to get like how much food you have like on hand on your ship. Obviously,
Mhm.
you can catch like you can catch fish and just eat that shit all day, but
Fish,
it's just like
crabbing.
mhm,
I mean, I probably grow my own plants on the house on the boat too.
mhm,
So yeah, that's what I'm
nice.
saying. I mean that's I mean car car living situation. Um,
Mhm.
I mean it'd be cool if I can buy my own island and just sail to it every time I need to live on it for a while and then go back sell back out. So
I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable having an island because then it's
uh,
just like when you don't know what's going to end up inhabiting it at some point. Like it's just like what if like one day there's like this like monster or something that's just like transported there. Like bitch, you better pay rent. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I've watched a lot of horror movies, but yeah. Uh, anyways, it. Hmm, what would you do with an island?
shit, I'll be hosting parties on there.
Not if people have to travel like 2 months to get to you.
Hey man, if they want to hang out, they come to island, secluded island.
Yeah, uh, that's fair. Uh, eh, now, would you be okay with being on an island with animals or no animals?
It depends what kind of animals. I don't want crocodiles on it. I don't want anything dangerous.
Mm,
Like pets?
no, like food.
Oh, chickens of yes, I would.
I would say rabbits, but then rabbits repopulate like fucking crazy, and also like rabbits also eat up a whole bunch of plants. So
Oh man.
you know, yeah, so that becomes a problem. But yeah, there's chickens. But yeah, cool. Then all right, I think we'll call this an early episode here. Just because I am actually like getting hungry. So
All right.
that's, until next time, guys. We'll catch you later. This has been Walker.
All right.
We out.